Hey guys, welcome to a part 2 of the React tutorial. I hope you enjoy. Yo! So last video we got up to this stage in React where we had welcome to React and then we put this beautiful text that said hello world. Anyway, by the end of this video, let's hopefully get to something like this where we have an overarching container which is gray and 3 white boxes. And the purpose of doing this is that we're going to make a character select screen, and these 3 boxes here are going to be presentational components, whereas the gray box is going to be considered one of our stateful components. I'll get more to that in a bit later, but essentially our plan for future is that there's going to be characters here. Okay, yeah, there's going to be characters here. And we're going to have a select button down here, and you can select the character that you want to choose. And from there, we'll also have arrow buttons left and right, and then you can scroll through the different types of characters. So this is what we're going to be building. This is what we have so far with the last video, and this is what we're going to get to by the end of this video. So let's do it. Let's firstly just have a quick walkthrough what this is like in the actual code. This is extremely messy, and by the time that why did this pop up? By the time that we get up to this stage, our code is going to look a lot more neater than this. For example, this could be mapped. This styling could be put somewhere else, and yeah, we'll talk about that soon. So let's get to our hello world. This is the hello world we made last time, and I'm going to keep this one here as a reference. And let's get to it. So I'm going to open up the overall folder that we made the create React app in your IDE. So as you recall, we went yarn run create React app, and then we named our app, and then we can cd into wherever we put it and go yarn start to run the server, which is what's happening here. And in my case, I'm going to open all of this in Visual Studio Code. That's the editor of my choice. And here's the folder in Visual Studio Code. Awesome. So let's just open the app.js. And here we go. Hello world. I'm going to make this all nice so we can see. Man, I got a feeling this is going to be a long video, huh? Sorry. Okay. Alright guys, so hello world. What's the first step to making this? Well, let's make this gray outer component. And this gray outer component is going to hold some state in future. So whenever you have a component that's going to hold state, we can make it like a class component. And what that does is if you make a class component, it gets state, which allows you to give it you can give it data in the state, and it's only ever going to re-render the components underneath it if its data set changes. And that's super cool for performance wise, especially compared to traditional programming, where in traditional programming, if something on the page were to change, it would do a complete refresh of the whole document object model, of the whole page. And then not if you're using jQuery, but whatever, you get the point. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make this gray box over here. So let's make our component. So let's go class gray box, because we're making a gray box. extends component, and there's a component done. But every component needs a render function, and inside that render function it needs a return function. So let's do another, whoops, so div here, and do another hello world. And so what we can do now is, now this class gray box exists, we can put it up here at the top and just reference it. So gray box, and I'm just going to put this above it, and whoops, where is this? Yeah, just got to make sure your brackets all match up. So I'm going to save that, see if that works. And there's a hello world. And essentially what this component is doing is it's grabbing whatever's inside this return function, it's putting it here. So that gray box is that gray box there is essentially equal to having that line of text. But as this return function gets larger, this type of syntax where we just have one reference here is much cleaner to use. And having this component gives us kind of these like nifty features that we'll see in future. So now we have our gray box. Let's actually make sure it's gray. So first, yeah, let's make sure it's gray. So let's give it a style. So this style prop goes to the div, or style class, however you want to understand it, and it takes an object. So I want to give it some JavaScript, and I can't just type in stuff here because it won't accept it. So I give it an object, well, I put it inside an object and I put a double object inside. And now I can start typing some CSS, except like JavaScript CSS. So this is called inline styling, and a lot of people frown upon it, but we're going to do it for now, and we're going to see why it's bad. So I'm going to give this some background color of red. No, gray. It's a gray box. Hoo-hoo. And awesome. We can see a small gray box. By the way, when you title your CSS classes, everything is camel cased. So let's give this some height of 800. Woohoo! Yeah, this seems about right. Let's get a reference. Yeah, that seems good enough. Good enough for me, man. But I'm gonna put it 1000 because actually 800 wasn't good enough. Okay, great. So we have a 1000 size gray box. Let's go through this faster. And inside this gray box, we want 3 white boxes, which are our character select. So how are we going to do that? Well, what we can do is we can make 3 divs here. And we can call this character 1, character 2, and character 3. And yeah, then we have 3 characters there, and we can give this some style. Again, double object. We can give them style. Let's make it white. Background color white. Okay, that worked. Let's make the width predictable, because at the moment this on white is going the whole way. Just make it 300. Okay, yeah, it's up there. Cool. Cool. And let's give this to everything else. Style equal bracket. Oh shit. And then for the third one, I think it might be faster if I just do this. All right, and did that work? Yes, it did. We have characters 1, 2, 3, but some issues. Firstly, the boxes, the height is too small, which is easy to fix. We can add some height. Secondly, they're not ordered in a row. And so what we can do to make them ordered in a row is we can put a container component around them. But before we put that container component around it, if I was to give some height to these 3 boxes, I have to go in and edit this line, then I have to edit this line, then I have to edit this line, and that's a lot of work, man. We're programmers. We got this, man. We gotta automate everything. This is AI, bro. So what we can do is, as you can see, the style takes an object, and we've been manually writing the object every single time. So we can just define an object. So let's call it character box. So JavaScript always uses camel case, so lowercase for everything and then uppercase for each second word. But if you're doing a component, the convention is to have it the first letter also capitalized. So that's just another thing to heads up. So background color, which I'm just going to copy down here. Copy, paste. Oh yeah, lightweight. And I'm going to give... Oh, I copied the wrong thing. Copy, paste. Nice, good job. And so now we have that character box object, and I'm going to replace this object here with character box. Nice, so there's one. Yep. The character box. There is 2. I'm just gonna delete this and change this to 3. Nice, character 1, 2, 3, and it's a lot cleaner, right? Because we have this style here. And let's give this some height of, I don't know, 700. So now we've screwed ourselves over because these boxes are massive, bro. It's going off the gray box, bro. And we want to organize it with a container component. So what we can do is we can just add a div here, make sure there's a gap in between, put these inside. This is going to be our container component. Give this some style, bro. And let's make this style. We're going to add Flexbox to this. Flexbox is the CSS thing that allows things to be displayed in a different way. I always forget what the commands are for Flexbox, but there's this handy website here, csstricks.com, and I'm always referencing this as I work. So there's a container and there's the items inside the Flexbox, and essentially it just makes it an easier way, or an easy way to organize your boxes as you do your work. Oh, there's inspiration. Guild Wars character selection screen. All right, back to it. Now we have our three characters, but they're too close together. And before I was saying how beautiful Flexbox was. Well, now's the time to have a look, because what I want to do is I want to be able to split these 3 boxes up in the in kind of an evenly way inside this gray box. So I don't have everything memorized. I legit just go to the website, scroll down, have a look. Oh, look, justify content, space evenly. Okay, so Visual Studio Code, justify content. It accepts a string because it's an object. Space evenly. And bro, what is... we've got an error because we forgot a comma. Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there. We're almost there actually. Oh my gosh. So we just need some height at the top. So there's a few ways we could do this. We could add padding. I'm not a huge fan of adding padding to things. It gets me confused, our padding top. But I think that's the best solution in this situation. Woohoo! Let's make this a bit bigger. Woohoo! So there we go. We're done, right? Oh yeah, character 1, 2, 3. And here, character 1, 2, 3. I mean, like, it's a smaller interface than what we had before. And we could make this responsive depending on the browser size. But let's keep it like this for now, and we'll make those optimizations later. And let's refactor this. So these character boxes are going to have more things inside of them, and we're going to map, well, we're going to, I just said the answer, we're going to have multiple versions of them depending on the state data that gray box is going to have. So what we can do is we can make what's called a functional component, or stateless functional component, which is similar to these components that we have already made, but it doesn't have state, and usually they're used for just displaying things. So let's go const, don't forget to capitalize, character box equals, and then we have, it's a function, and it will return a div with the style of character box. Yeah, you guys knew that. Type faster, slower. Oh man, I forgot to do a return. Rookie mistake, right? Sorry guys. And then I automatically refactor this because I didn't put in text inside here. Alright, that should have done it. And now here we can put in these character boxes. Character box! Bruh! Does it go like this? Yeah, it's there! So let's make 3 of these. Yeah, dude, let's do it. Okay, so we have our 3 character boxes, but they just say text here. So we're gonna add what's called props to each of these character boxes. And essentially we have this character box will get passed an argument, and let's call it props up here. And that argument is going to be whatever is like almost like a class name that we give it here. So if we type in like the name of our text, so let's say character name, and we call it Joe the Slayer. Slayer intentionally spelled wrong. Over here, we can call our text to be this.props.character name, and this character name goes to props. Whoops, I don't need this. Props is the argument, and dot character name is going to be Joe the Slayer. So essentially, props is going to be equal to an object of things that you pass it here. So if I had thing A, thing B, and had stuff here, and also had stuff in this one, props for that first component would be equal to, oh man, you guys are gonna make me make this into an object notation. Make me work hard for this, guys. Woo-wee! Nice. Yeah, in this case, props would be equal, for this first character box, it would be equal to this. I guess I should console.log that out so you guys can see that and don't have to trust me. Console.log props. Where are my dev tools? Oh, there they are. And it gives an object and the, oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at the wrong object. And it gives an object and yeah, thing A, it's here. Thing B, it's there. Character name, it's there. Super predictable. Oh man, this video is going for 20 minutes already. Damn, if you're watching this, I admire you. You're the best. Okay, so we have our character box there. What we should do now is we should add more character names. That's very important. But actually, I want to show you some ternary operations. So I'm going to call this, if that's Joe the Slayer, let's call this Mindy the Mighty. I was about to write miniature, but we are pro girls here. So Joe the Slayer, Mindy the Mighty, and this is props.character name. And you see this third box doesn't have anything because it doesn't have a character name. But what we could do is we could give it like maybe a default character name. And we could call it something like hero. Oh, mysterious hero. Ooh. And so what I've used here is a ternary operator, and this is pretty common in JavaScript or JSX. It's if props.character name doesn't exist, then it will become mysterious hero, and that's the case that's happened here. Character name doesn't exist because we didn't give it to it, and so it becomes mystery hero. Yeah, you got it. Cool, awesome. Let's keep going. All right. So let's refactor this style. By the way, you guys should be like following along and doing this as well, right? So let's call this gray box style. Gray box style, bruh. Do 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 do. Gray box style. Oh, nice. You're the best. All right. Delete around big bracket. Const container equal paste container. Oh yeah, nice. Look at that refactor, bruh. So yeah, this has been refactored. I think this is enough for now, and what we'll do in future is we're going to organize the file structure. We're going to add the our 3 dots here to select it, and we're going to go into state or stateful components versus non-stateful components. We'll map this out, but we'll map this out when we have data for each of the characters, and should be good. I hope you're coming to the next video. Thanks guys, peace.